Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Vancouver Sevens. This one, it is South Africa going head-to-head with Spain. Now, both of these sides picked up victories in round number one. We saw the South Africans beat Great Britain, whereas Spain were able to beat their bogey team in New Zealand. And I should say that New Zealand have the bogey team of Spain, not vice versa. The Spanish often getting the wins over the Kiwis as of late. But looking through at South Africa's starting lineup, it is David Brits, Christy Hrobela, Impi Vesa, Sebastian Job, Tristan Lades, Shilton van Wyk, Ronald Brown. That is a very formidable starting lineup there for the South African side. For the Spanish, it is Manu Moreno. They've got Joseph Ceres, Martin Aurea, Paul Ply as the captain, Jeremy Trevor Thick, who's currently still sitting second in the overall standings for try scorers, Jamie Manteca and Eduardo Lopez, the last man in the starting side. But currently, New Zealand versus Great Britain. It seems like New Zealand are chasing one more bit of a boost on the points differential. As because of losing their first game, they know how crucial the extra 7 could be for this side, although they are currently sitting 3 minutes past the full-time siren, so taking that match deep. And we'll wait to see whether or not they can get the extra try from the contest, but also receiving a rare card, the Kiwis, with Tony Nashu right near the end of that matchup. And overall, I think South Africa are considered quite heavy favourites in this matchup. Right, Sione Molia did score another try for New Zealand. So it does now mean that their differential increases that bit more. It brings a bit more pressure onto the Spanish for this game. The last thing that they can afford to have is an absolute runaway performance. Although, if Spain were able to get themselves the win over Great Britain, that would still be 2 wins for the group stage, and that would still book themselves a spot through to the next stage. But New Zealand team is just now coming to a close. This is the second match for these two sides. South Africa do have to play the Kiwis in their final match, whereas Spain, they will be playing up against Great Britain. Brady Rush. I missed that one away to the left-hand side. I was just checking there. 4 minutes past regular time for the Kiwis and GB there. So that one went rather deep in the overall standings. But Sione Molia getting that last-minute try. He will need a few of those up against the South Africans. I can tell you that right now off of the bench for this Blitzboks team. They have got Ryan Oosterhuizen again, Selman Davids, Diache is there, Cupido, and also the Waldhuman sorting in as his normal number 10. So currently New Zealand, they are sitting in the top of the bunch because they've played the extra game. Whoever wins the South Africa versus Spain match will go to number 1 on the overall standings as this game started. Not yet. Because of New Zealand and New Zealand and GB running long, meant that they were still waiting to get these two sides out on the field. They are now out there and ready to go for this match. Impi Vesa. A chance for him. Show what he can do. Definitely because he is getting some starting minutes overall. Ryan Oosterhuizen, he was starting a few games in the last competition, but I think this is once again a bit of chopping and changing, bit of rotation of the squad for the Blitzboks and trying to find those new combinations to be able to use to their advantage. But Christy Hrobela also in the starting lineup, so they've got the power. Now you just got to ask the question, do they have that speed? With players like Shilton van Wyk and Tristan Lades, normally the answer is absolutely yes. A few South Africans have made the trip as well. Now South Africa are going to go from right to left here. Tristan Lades to kick us off for this contest. Decides to go with the aerial one just outside of the 22. Nice take from Paul Plar, although he is met with a big shot from Christy Hrobela. Forces the handling error. Shilton van Wyk, big wide cut-out pass there towards the corner. Tristan Lades thought about offloading. Ends up doing a backwards roly-poly. Ronald Brown cross to Shilton van Wyk. Passed across there. David Brits. Christy Hrobela. Just grab the ball once more. Van Wyk will be heavily involved throughout this competition. And Sebastian Job now. Oh, missed pass for the South Africans, but nothing Oh, it was almost obstruction there. I was about to say nothing coming from it other than the almost accidental penalty. Now Ronald Brown, big, wide skip pass. Finds Sebastian Job again. Tries the offload. It's come off the hand. Now, this is going to be a harsh yellow card for Jamie Manteka. I don't think there was any intent from Manteka to hit that ball. It was purely where he was making the tackle. In fact, I don't even think he knew who had the ball at the time that he made the tackle. We're going to see it now, though. Is it on purpose? No, he's just trying to hit the arm of Sebastian Job there. And in fact, you'd hardly even, didn't even really knock it on that badly. But, like they've said, zero tolerance in sevens for anything that looks like a deliberate knockdown. So he will be off the field for the next 2 minutes. Oh. Okay, they've actually just said whoever wins the championship is guaranteed a spot on the Sevens circuit next year. So that's great news for whoever it is, whether that's Fiji, South Africa, which is why Fiji's next game up against Australia will be so crucial, because if they don't win that game, they have the chance in the long run of being relegated. Imagine a Sevens circuit without Fiji. That would probably suck, to be fair. It's like imagine a Sevens circuit without South Africa. Like, it would just be weird. Line out here for Paul Pla. Did read that one quite nicely. He's get that one in the field of play. That's some fancy footwork from Paul Pla. They're inside of their own in-goal area here. But the Spain side looking to run it out with Jeremy. Trevor Thick, he's running it sideways. Looks like he's delaying them at the moment. Actually, very smart play from Trevor Thick just to make sure that he had someone in support with him. Oh, Rovella tries to turn it into a rolling ball. There is a knock on from Spain. Oh, tell you what, a little bit too casual there from one of the Spanish players in the in-goal area, but they do want to go upstairs. Now, I think Spain have grounded this, but it should still be South Africa's scrum. Yeah, hands on it first for the Spanish player. But a good effort from Shilton Funva. Yeah, I think that's fine. They're going to go back for the 5-metre scrum. Favour of the South Africans. This is going to be a very good position on the field to be able to build an attack from Manteka. Still off the field for another 15 seconds or so. So we'll go like this. Like that as well. Just looking at the moment, Spanish and South African head-to-head has not really gone has not gone Spain's way too often. In recent times, oh, what a mistake. Sebastian Job, he was inside of the in-goal area and ended up having the ball ripped out of his hands. Now, they have already got a scrum advantage penalty that they are going back for now, but that was really bad from Sebastian Job not to put that ball down. He was already over the goal line. I'm not sure what was delaying him. He wanted to turn it into an easier try or maybe an easier conversion. And yeah, ended up backfiring for Sebastian Job. Vivic had done very nicely there though, but this seems like only a matter of time until South Africa can get over the goal line. Definitely when they are right here, 5 metres out. Ronald Brown, pack and go, no one there. So he will go through in the first try of the match for the Blitzboks now up against the Spanish. So their 49th career try for Ronald Brown, working his way towards the half century. And a nice easy conversion straight out in front to make the score now 7-0. That does not help Spain when it comes to that points differential, of course. If they were to lose their game to GB, if they were within 7, there was still a chance that they may be able to sneak through. But it all depends on what happens in that New Zealand-South Africa game later on as well. Philip Snyman, head coach, looking relatively happy with what they've done so far. Paul Pla, he's having a hard day at the office when it comes to handling. He has dropped that ball twice on this far side of the field. Not really enjoying the 4G turf. Line out throw for the Blitzboks. 25 metres out from the line. This one with Ronald Brown. Waiting patiently to throw it in. Nice take from David Brits. Now Brown across to the left-hand side again. Lades moves it on, cutting back inwards with Shilton Van Wyk. Tristan Lades, no penalty, goes against the Spanish. I predicted all the winners for Super Rugby this week. Here's Case Slade. 20 fell the wrong side, takes the space. Every favourite won, didn't they, Case Slade? In Super Rugby, I think. I think every single side that won were the favourites, right? Which is kind of different from what we've had in the past weeks because, of course, there's been underdogs getting victories along the way as well. Those people are dressed as grapes. It's a unique way of dressing up for the Sevens. But, like I said, you'll find any sort of costume at the Sevens event. Now 40 seconds remaining. Ronald Brown. Way to the right-hand side. Almost going through for Shilton Van Wyk, but he's going to be held up. And a physical tackle by Lopez. Brits plays half. Lades tries to step in with Tristan Lades. Oh, he was ankle tapped. He slammed into the turf hard. There's not a lot of give in this type of turf either. He will be feeling that one now, Sebastian Yob. I want to make sure if he is in the in-goal area that he does put that ball down. Now Brits tries to sneak through Eduardo Lopez again. Just using that power. Bit of a counter ruck there from the Spanish. Do they get the clean turnover? Yes, they do, and it seems like they're willing to attack from inside of their own 22. Running up, outside pass, Jamie Manteca. It becomes a foot race. Straight there is Shilton. Oh no, it's a knock-on. And it's an accidental offside, or knock-on is called first. And that is going to be half-time, 7-0. So kind of bummed out about England playing so badly in the Six Nations. Yeah, but like the thing is, right, like they fully did it to themselves, if that makes sense. Like it sucks that they have gone from that massive winning streak to now a losing streak, but like the tactics, I don't know what the plan was at all from England in that game up against the Italians, other than what seemed to be try and give Italy the best possible chance of winning by just kicking the ball back to them and not doing well in the aerial challenge. Did the New Zealand Sevens win? They did. They managed to get themselves the win over GB just recently, but they would still probably need a win over South Africa to feel safe. But they might still also sneak through with a loss. So it's a 50-50 situation in terms of, like, it all depends on what Spain do up against GB. And also what Great Britain do up against Spain. Because, like, yeah, GB can determine whether or not they're playing good or playing rough. Blasting a bit of music at the stadium by the sounds of it. Little huddle here for the Blitzboks. Now ready to go for the second half. They are leading 7-0. I just realised I put full time. My apologies. It's supposed to be half. So we'll get rid of that before people get confused. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. And we'll go like that. 8 minutes into this one. Not full time. Can confirm there's still time left in this matchup. There are people dressed as hot dogs. And also men wearing diapers and Burger King hats. It sounds like you're just making stuff up when you start listing costumes at the Seven. But ball available for the Blitzboks inside of their 22. Sebastian Job now. Charging forward. This should be another try for the South Africans. Sebastian Job does score it. Wait. Does he score it? He's waiting. He's waiting. He puts it down this time. And now that one will be straight out in front of the post. We'll go like that as well. But just resetting from inside of their 22. They can score from anywhere on the field, the South African team. And it just seemed like pace-wise, Sebastian Job was not going to be caught. And does put it down too. There was a guy dressed as Ric Flair for some reason. The last time I went to the Principality. Who was playing Wales? And the only way it would make sense, I guess, would be if it was like Wales versus USA, but I don't think that would have been the case. Kicked off long by the Blitzboks, but 14-0 up now. Chopping tackle from Ryan Oosterhuizen. Now way to the right. What about sneaking through? Now back across. Eduardo. Okay, so I have 9. I don't see where the correlation. No wonder you were confused. I guess it's just maybe whatever he had in his wardrobe was worth a crack. Moreno. Still there for Spain, or is it knocked on by Tristan Lades? Referee's going to say play on here. It looked like a clear knock on. But that was interesting. Shilton van Wyk, he has scored it. Right. Oh. Okay, they've said that Tristan Lades just got the boot to it in time to turn it into a grubber here. So because of that, it means that it is going to stay as the try. And the Blitzboks now really increasing their points differential and really hurting the Spanish points differential. Does make that New Zealand versus South Africa game that much more intriguing. One second, we'll go like this. And we'll go like that. Advantage now. Knock on by White. Selvin Davids. It's again going to be the ball here. Right, it seems like Lades, or sorry, not Lades, Selvin Davids is calling the shots now from the middle of the field rather than right next to the breakdown. Seems like a little bit of confusion there as well. Shilton van Wyk has been taken off the field. I believe one of the young players, it might have been Capito, was unsure whereabouts he was supposed to be. Now 3 minutes 30 left. Going off to the left-hand side. Selvin Davids trying to step through the middle of the field. Sticks it over the top. This is a massive chance here. Oosterhuizen goes away to Davids. Step there, Lades through the middle again. And it's try number 4 for the Blitzboks. Straight out in front of the post too. So nice, easy conversions coming thick and fast. Yeah, now the points differential, it just shows how crucial Spain winning their next game will be now. Because if they win, they still go through to the semi-finals ahead of New Zealand, unless New Zealand beats South Africa. Who does New Zealand Sevens got next? They've got the South Africans at about 4:30 a.m. Oh, sorry, 4:30 p.m. that will be New Zealand time, somewhere around there. Celebration from Tristan Lades. So he gets himself another, but 28-0 now in favour of the Boks. They are dominating this match up against Spain. Just shows how different 2 games can be. Spanish side beating New Zealand just not too long ago. I'm having signal problems. Says Danielle there. It's going to turn into another rolling maul. Looking for the offload. Does manage to get it away. Now moving to the right. Our end is a women play. Says Baden. So their game is at 1:30 p.m. So there's one more women's game and then the women are playing up against Japan. So the All Blacks second in our pool. Says Kiwi Rob. They will be for now, but we've got to remember that Spain are the team that pretty much determine New Zealand's fate if New Zealand were to lose to South Africa. New Zealand beats South Africa, they'll have 2 wins. So will South Africa, and Spain potentially could have 2 as well. But New Zealand received a bonus point from one of their contests, whereas Spain did not. So that would be why the Kiwis would go through. Does New Zealand women play next? Not quite. There's another game beforehand that was not a straight line out from the South Africans. So fitting that they are playing. Sears big rig. And they have actually got the women's final is after the men's final tomorrow. Fun fact. I think it was the same when it was Vancouver last year. Ric Flair is going to do an elite performance. Says Danielle. Now 50 seconds left. Can the Spanish get one? Try and increase their points differential a little bit more than it would be currently with 28-0. Wide back and across. Oh no, ball slipping through the fingertips twice there for Spain, but they've managed to knock it backwards. Now charging down the wing. Trevor Thick. Selvin Davids wants to catch him, but they just won't because he is too fast. And Trevor Thick scores another one. And now Spain still actually have an opportunity to score another try on top of this with the amount of time remaining. And these are, once again, crucial points for what may happen in the overall outcome of this whole group. Who does the women play? They play up against Japan. Trevor Thick. Let's do very nicely. Score on that one. New Zealand women play Japan. It's going to be kicked off. Goes just the 10 metres. It looked like a knock on there from South Africa. Referee says no now. He says yes. And that is going to be the end of this game. 28 points to 7. The victory for South Africa. So our next live stream, ladies and gents, for anyone wondering, will be that contest taking place at 3:50 p.m. New Zealand time. That is Fiji versus Australia. And then following that one at around 4:30 p.m. New Zealand time for South Africa versus New Zealand. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all for the next one.